Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blaugrana Everything, and welcome back to the channel and to the podcast, as we will today be diving into a topic that has evolved in my mind, or at least over the course of time from its inception. You see, when I initially started scripting this, it was with the intention of explaining why FC Barcelona shouldn't sign Neymar, who looked like they were on the verge of actually signing, and that has, of course, not happened, as he is instead off to Saudi Arabia now. But a lot of the stuff that I scripted, I thought, still made sense, even from a shifted perspective to, talk about or to present to you in here. So, with all of that said, we're going to discuss why Neymar would have been a terrible signing for FC Barcelona, despite some goal-scoring troubles that people have blown out of proportion following Barca's goalless draw away at Getafe just this past Sunday. We still will see here that even taking that into consideration, his goal contributions, it's just not a move that I'd have advised Barcelona to go for. And you could say that they did really kind of dodge a bullet by not signing Neymar. So let's jump right in. First and foremost, we will start with the low-hanging fruit by pointing out the first and most obvious reason why Neymar would never fit into Barca's current setup. That is, of course, tactical discipline. FC Barcelona's style of play has gone back to the basics over the past few years under Xavi Hernandez. There's a lot more focus on teamwork, on keeping possession of the ball, on quick passing, and on tracking back when the opponent is attacking and pressing opponents to win the ball back. Now, admittedly, some of that stuff like quick passing and keeping possession of the ball is stuff that Neymar could easily do in his sleep. However, the fact that he doesn't press and won't track back will lead to Barcelona leaking a lot of goals whenever he inevitably loses the ball dribbling. This will result in Barcelona's defense being easily exposed on the break. Now, I realize that not everyone might have very good memories of it, because the MSN days were some of Barca's most glorious in its history, and they often tend to be looked at with rose-tinted glasses. But what I described earlier is literally what used to happen on a routine basis back in the 2016-17 season, Neymar's final season at Barca. That, mind you, was with a younger, less injury-prone version of Neymar, which segues very well into what would have been another key concern for FC Barcelona in signing Neymar, which is his recent injury history. And there's no easy way of saying this, okay guys? Neymar's recent injury history is Dembelic, or should I say Dembelish, which I guess is good for PSG because it means that they have found not only Neymar's replacement in their starting 11, but also Neymar's replacement in the treatment room. I mean, if that isn't elite squad building, I honestly don't know what is. Anywho, over the past few seasons, Neymar has struggled with various injuries, leading to extended periods of time on the sidelines. Given that FC Barcelona already has its share of injury-prone players, Christensen, Araujo, Pedri, just to name a few, signing Neymar would have added an unnecessary risk to the squad's overall fitness and availability. I mean, we're talking about a guy here who had an availability of only 57% over the past 6 years he has been at PSG. The third and final thing that I had to bring up, which for me would have made Neymar transferring to Barca a disaster, would have been the impact on the dressing room, squad harmony, and leadership dynamics. Now, I have to first make one thing clear. Okay, I am in no way saying that Neymar has a rotten attitude, or that he is unprofessional, or that he's a disruptive presence that would sow dissent in the dressing room. We have nothing to go on that would indicate that such is the case. We've never heard any reports of Neymar being that kind of a guy in the dressing room. But having said that, he does come, I think, very close to crossing the line into being that, and I'll explain why later in a little bit. But first, we need to remember that team chemistry is a very vital ingredient for success on the pitch. A big part of that is squad hierarchy and the identification of leaders within the team who will help the coach to bring everyone together and, to help everyone just generally perform at their best level. This is the reason why we recently have seen players like Lewandowski, Araujo, Gavi, and Frankie de Jong emerging as leaders in the dressing room, and some of them as captains on the pitch as well. Neymar's return would have disrupted this squad hierarchy and dressing room harmony, as just by being there, he'd be such a big personality towards whom a lot of the younger players would gravitate, but not so much the older ones, So it would already be creating that dichotomy between the older players and the younger players, rather than what we're seeing with, guys like Gavi and Lewandowski, who are really, really kind of bridging those age gaps and creating these friendships within the team. Here's also where I'll bring us back a bit to my previous statement about Neymar's character being not too far off from the type of person who would bring anarchy to a dressing room. We've seen an instance of this rather recently, as it has now been reported that during negotiations with Barca, Neymar actually demanded for Xavi's dismissal to facilitate his return, as part of his conditions for returning to Barca. To rephrase my paraphrase, the words were something like, "I will only come back if Xavi leaves." Now, tell me that doesn't sound to you like someone who is more than likely going to come along and shake up the team's unity. Looking at just these cons, it becomes clear for me that Neymar Jr.'s return to FC Barcelona might have brought greater challenges than it would have benefits. In my opinion, the benefits would have been far outweighed by the challenges, or the negatives, if you want to put it that way. While his talent is undeniable, the potential sporting impacts of his lack of tactical discipline, his injury concerns, and team harmony were significant factors to consider. Remember, this analysis isn't a knock on Neymar's skills or his talent, but rather it's a practical evaluation of the factors that would have led to him being a bad acquisition for this current Barcelona squad. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube, and share your thoughts as well in the comment section. And for more content like this, just generally in future, do feel free to hit subscribe on the YouTube channel, and also to subscribe to the podcast. Otherwise, I thank you all for watching, and until next time, have a great day, and Forza Barca.